Night Briquettes. 8-hour burn time it says. Let's test it out. So we have a delivery here we've been buying on eBay, and what we have bought here are night briquettes. So let's take a look at these and see what it's all about. So some of the bump online is they last 8 hours, but you know I'm all about the long burn times. And do these really last 8 hours? Let's see. But it'll be very interesting to see what these look like. So I'm just going to get straight into the packet. They come boxed like this. So this is the product as it comes out of the packet. Quite an interesting product really, quite dense, quite heavy, very interesting smell to it as well. And they are quite big. If you look at it, you know, it's bigger than my hand. And on the advert it does say to burn 2 like this at once. So we're getting some hot embers in the oven as we speak, and then we will get on to the test. So we don't like to waste anything here. So in the packet came all of this dust. So let me show you what we got. Look at that. Got all that dust in there. It's got to be good stuff. So in the fire it goes. Straight on top of there. Nothing goes to waste. On the instructions it says to put these night briquettes on some burning embers. So we've got plenty of burning embers in here. I specifically used a heat log to give us what was the best fighting chance here. So what we're going to do is break our embers like this. We're just going to place 2. We're going to place 1 like this. We're going to try to leave a few air gaps underneath, just so we can catch. And we're going to lean that one there. And we are going to close the door like this. It says on the instructions to open the vents. So you open the vents until they catch. So we're basically going to do what we normally do here, where we open the vents until we're happy with the amount of fire or how quick they have caught. But you can see them catching quite quickly in there. Here we are 5 minutes in. We're going to close the door just like that. Now we will leave them burn like that for another 5 minutes or so, so they really catch properly, and then we will shut down the bottom vent. So about 15 minutes in or so, I'm just going to turn down the top vent now down to about 60% or so, because I still want a lot of heat from these as well. I know they are night briquettes, but I'm burning them during the day, so I really want to keep the temperature over that 350 mark if I can. It's currently 450, so it's quite high up there. But obviously every stove is slightly different, and you've got to find what works for you. But this is how I'm going to set mine up. So bottom vent closed, top vent 60% of the way open, and we'll adjust accordingly throughout the day. So we're going to take the test. It started at 11:30 AM, and we're about coming up to 1:45 now. So let's see how they do through the day. 1 hour in, we're still over 400. This is what they look like. They're still burning really well. It's kicking out some serious heat too, which is really nice to see. We'll see how long this lasts. We'll check back in a little bit. Okay, so 2 hours in, this is what we have. The flames have stopped. Let's just take a proper look at this. We can still see some flames there, and it's still giving off some good heat, but the temperature has dropped to just under 400 there. So we're going to see how long these last without touching them at all. And that's what it's all about. Right, so 3 hours in, this is what we got. Let me show you. So it's just like a big block of heat, loads of ash with it. Look at all this ash here. Still kicking out a bit of heat, but we're going to leave this go. You could see why they call it the night briquette, because it's definitely, that will burn for hours like that. You know, here we are 3 hours in, and it's, you know, it's quite hard, but we're going to leave it go for another couple of hours and see how it goes. So 4 hours later, this is what we're left with. Let's take a look inside. So we still have a good amount of medium in there. It's still quite hard as well, which is good to see. The temperature though has dropped a fair bit. We are down to the 200 mark. So here we are 4 hours into the test, and to be fair, they are very good. The only thing I will say about these night briquettes is if you're trying to keep your log burner above the 300 mark, these will do that for about 2.5 hours, which I think in itself is really, really good. But then they will continue to burn for approximately 4 hours after that initial little burst. And it depends how you set them up really. Before night briquettes or long burn times, it will definitely keep your log burner over 200 for at least, you know, as it says on the packet, 6 to 8 hours. I would definitely say so. So what kind of situations would these night briquettes be good for? Definitely for overnight. But let's say you're doing stuff on the house. So say it's a Saturday or a Sunday, and say now it's a cold day. So say you're going to be outside for a good 4 to 6 hours, or you've got things to do around the house. It's good to chuck one of these night briquettes on. So when you come back to the stove in 4 to 6 hours, there's still going to be quite a bit of heat in there, and there will be quite a bit of temperature in the room as well. So they definitely serve a purpose where you can't tend to the log burner on an hourly basis. So you're going to get an initial 2 or 3 hours of really, really good heat, and then you're going to get a soft, gentle heat for the next 4 to 6 hours after that. And that's why they are called night briquettes at the end of the day. So I just wanted to do a few tests on these. I've burnt about 4 to 6 of these now currently, and I've always got the same results. 2 to 3 hours of really good burn time, and 4 to 6 hours of long burn time in terms of between 200 and 300 on the gauge temperature wise. So overall, really, really. So when it comes to price of these, if you think about it, you can't beat these for price really. But it depends how much of them you buy at once. But you can get them as low as £1 and as high as £2. But even let's take a £2 cost for one of these. You're going to get a 3 hour burn time, really, really good burn time out of it, and then you're going to get another 4 to 6 hours out of it. So combined in, it is about 8 hours of heat for £2. Now that's not bad at all. So can't beat it on the price. So personally, I really, really like these night briquettes, or day briquettes, shall we say. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever tried them, or what's your opinion on these particular ones, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Pow!